Hi students, in this class we are discussing about breathing and exchange of gases. Today we are discussing about different breathing mechanism in different organisms. We can discuss about, shall we discuss about the brief previous class. In previous class we are discussed about different stuffs in the food, different components which are present in the food. Next Next, simplification of the food. Next, assimilation of the food. At the last, we are discussing about the oxidation of the food. Oxidation of the foodstuff which can liberate energy, heat, carbon dioxide and water. In this, the heat and energy are absorbed by the body, and when the carbon dioxide and water combine with each other, it forms carbonic acid. When it is absorbed by the blood, our blood become acidified and become non-functional. To avoid acidification of the blood, we have to eliminate carbon dioxide from what? From blood. Oxygen has to be continuously provided to the cell. Why the oxygen is provided continuously to the cell? For the oxidation of the foodstuff to get the energy. Oxygen is required, continuously it required, and the byproduct, that is carbon dioxide produced by the cell, have to be released out to avoid acidification of the blood. Okay, the process of exchange of oxygen from the atmosphere, where from the atmosphere oxygen is from the atmosphere with the carbon dioxide which is produced by the cell, is called breathing, and it is commonly known as respiration. It is called respiration. Ante oxygen manaku continuous ga kavali, enduku kavali? For the oxidation of the foodstuff and for the liberation of the energy. And our liberation of energy liberate అయిన తర్వాత continuous carbon dioxide produce అవుతుంది. This have to be released out. మనకు దాన్ని రిలీజ్ బయటకి ఎలిమినేట్ చేయాలి. So the process of exchange of oxygen with the carbon dioxide that are produced by the cell is called breathing and commonly known as respiration. In this class, we are discussing about different mechanism of breathings, different types of breathing in different organisms. Okay. Okay, mechanism of breathing is depending upon the habitat. Different types of mechanisms ఉంటాయి. A different type of mechanism lo it depend upon the habitat, whether they live in water, or land, or they are in air. And దాని habitat కి depend అయి ఉండి the respiration are different types. And the same time respiration also depends on the mechanism of the level of mechanisms depend upon the complexity or the level of organization పైన కూడా డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది. అంటే whether these are cellular level of organization, whether they are tissue level of organization, or whether they are organ level of organization, దాన్ని బట్టి డిపెండ్ అయి కూడా మనకు మెకానిజం రెస్పిరేషన్ మనకు డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉంటుంది. అంటే కాంప్లెక్సిటీ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయ్యే కొద్దీ మనకు మెకానిజం ఆఫ్ రెస్పిరేషన్ కూడా కాంప్లెక్స్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. Coming to the simple organisms, they are poriferans. In poriferans like sponges, next వచ్చేసి in jellyfishes like cnidarians, and in వచ్చేసి ctenophores like sea gooseberries. Next వచ్చేసి platyhelminths parasite లో the respiratory mechanism is by simple diffusion. It is called simple diffusion. What is the meaning of diffusion? Diffusion is nothing but exchange of gases from higher concentration to the lower concentration is called diffusion, simple diffusion. అంటే అట్మాస్ఫియర్ లో మనకు ఎక్కువ ఆక్సిజన్ ఉంటుంది, అంటే బాడీ సెల్స్ లో మనకు తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. సో oxygen diffuses from higher concentration to the lower concentration. At the same time carbon dioxide in the cells are more concentrated than the atmosphere కన్నా మనకు సెల్స్ లో ఎక్కువ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి the carbon dioxide passes from the cell to the atmosphere. This is called simple diffusion. అంటే హయ్యర్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ నుండి లోయర్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ కి ఇది పాస్ అవ్వటాన్ని మనం సింపుల్ డిఫ్యూషన్ అంటాము. It observed in all the simple organisms. Like simple one, these are poriferans like sponges, jellyfishes, sea walnuts, and next was the helminthes. Whether the helminthes are organ level of organization, but they are helminthes, but they are in parasitic mode of life, so they don't need any complexity. Complex ఏం అవసరం ఉంటుంది, సింపుల్ గా జరిగిపోతుంది కాబట్టి సింపుల్ డిఫ్యూషన్ అంటాం. నెక్స్ట్ in arthropods. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి ఆర్థ్రోపోడ్స్ లో మనకు క్యూటేనియస్ రెస్పిరేషన్ జరుగుతుంది. ఆర్థ్రోపోడ్స్ లో మనకు క్యూటేనియస్ రెస్పిరేషన్ జరుగుతుంది బై ద బాడీ వాల్ నుండి. దీస్ ఆర్ అనిలిడ్స్ లో మనకు క్యూటేనియస్ రెస్పిరేషన్ జరుగుతుంది. ఈ క్యూటేనియస్ రెస్పిరేషన్ మనకు ఏం చేస్తుంది, ద స్కిన్ బాడీ వాల్ ఇస్ మాయిస్ట్, దాని బాడీ వాల్ వచ్చేసి మాయిస్ట్ గా ఉంటుంది. సో మనకు ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఇట్ ఆల్సో దిస్ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఏముంటుంది, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ సింపుల్ డిఫ్యూషన్. దీంట్లో కూడా మనకు సింపుల్ డిఫ్యూషన్ ద్వారానే జరుగుతుంది. కెన్ వి కాల్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ సింపుల్ డిఫ్యూషన్? నో. వై? బికాస్ క్యూటికల్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి, క్యూటికల్ ద్వారా మనకు రెస్పిరేషన్ జరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి మనం దాన్ని క్యూటేనియస్ రెస్పిరేషన్ అంటాం. నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు ద ఆర్థ్రోపోడ్స్. ఈ ఆర్థ్రోపోడా మీన్స్ జాయింట్ లెగ్స్. ద యానిమల్స్, ద ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ బేరింగ్ విత్ జాయింట్ లెగ్స్ ఉన్నదాన్ని మనం ఆర్థ్రోపోడ్స్ అంటాం. ఇన్ ఆర్థ్రోపోడ్స్ బాడీ ఈజ్ covered with, entire body is covered with network of tubules. Tubes ఉంటాయి. ఆ ట్యూబ్స్ ద్వారా మనకు ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ గ్యాసెస్ జరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి దాన్ని మనం ట్రేకియల్ సిస్టమ్ అంటాము. ట్రేకియల్ సిస్టమ్, ఇన్ ట్రేకియల్స్ and the opening of the tracheal system, the tubules are called spiracle. Through the spiracle, air passes and the exchange of gases take place in arthropods, in terrestrial arthropods. In aquatic arthropods like lobsters, prawns, crabs, and in mollusks like snails, we are having special vascular structure. Ante the organs which are supplied with blood vessels are called vascular structures. Those are called గిల్ రెస్పిరేషన్ జరిగితే దాన్ని మనం బ్రాంకియల్ రెస్పిరేషన్ అంటాం. కాల్డ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ బ్రాంకియల్ రెస్పిరేషన్. హియర్ we are discussing about annelids, arthropods and mollusks. Next, in fishes we are having branchial respiration. They also have a branchial respiration, means gill respiration. In fishes, like in marine fishes, they are having gill slits. These are the gill slits. These are helpful in respiration. They absorb, they take the oxygen, dissolved oxygen. The oxygen which are dissolved in water, they respire with those aspects. They are called gill respiration or branchial respiration in fishes. Next, in amphibians we observe all the three kinds of respiration. What are they? Gill respiration, that is branchial. Next, cutaneous like skin, and pulmonary respiration is by lungs. Three kind of respiration we observe. Three kind of respiration. Why? Because these are amphibians. They live in both land and water. During tadpole larva, they shows gill respiration, and after they grow up they shows skin cutaneous respiration or pulmonary respiration, depending upon where they are present. Okay, in arthro Okay. In annelids and in amphibians, both are observing cutaneous respiration. Can we call both are same? No. In annelids, there's in annelids that is primitive one, but whereas in amphibians it is advanced one. Okay, they show all the three type of respiration, that is bronchial, cutaneous, and pulmonary respiration. Next, after the amphibians, so the reptiles, aves, mammals. Mammals means you and me. All are seeing pulmonary respiration. We breathe by lungs, lung respiration, pulmonary respiration. So from the amphibians till the mammals, all are having same pulmonary respiration or lungs. No, these are in amphibians, they are primitive lungs while compared to the mammals. Mammals are highly advanced lungs, pulmonary respiration. Okay, in birds, coming to the birds, birds are having air mode of life or the habitat ఏమిటి, they are in air లో ఉంటాయి ఎక్కువగా, so they are having special needs. Birds have 9 air sacs in additional to the lungs పైన కూడా lungs తర్వాత వాటిని additional గా వీటికి 9 air sacs ఉంటాయి. Why they have 9 air sacs? For make the body weightless చేయడానికి, at the same time they are having their useful in special breath mechanism లో ఈ 9 air sacs వీటికి help చేస్తాయి. Next, now we are discussing about human respiratory system. ఇప్పుడు మనం the highly advanced respiratory system, that is human respiratory system ని మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. Okay, these are the two medical practitioners who help in our respiratory system. మన respiratory system కి ఏమైనా disorders వస్తే మనకు ఈ two kinds of medical practitioners or doctors help చేస్తారు. Who are they? Otorhinolaryngologist అంటే ENT. మనకు ఫేమస్ గా మనకు ENT అనే వర్డ్ తెలుస్తుంది. E means ear, N means nose, and T means not tongue. It's a throat అన్నమాట. ENT దీన్నే మనం అంటాం otorhinolaryngologist వీటిని అంటాం. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి పల్మనాలజిస్ట్ అంటే ఈ పల్మనాలజిస్ట్ హెల్ప్ ఇన్ హౌ అవర్ లంగ్ ఎలా వర్క్ చేస్తుంది, దాని డిజార్డర్స్ ఏంటి, హెల్దీగా ఉందా లేదా అని మనకు ఈ పల్మనాలజిస్ట్ చూస్తారనమాట. నెక్స్ట్, కమింగ్ టు హ్యూమన్ రెస్పిరేటరీ సిస్టమ్. ఇన్ హ్యూమన్ రెస్పిరేటరీ సిస్టమ్ we are having a pair of external nostrils above the upper lip. మనం ఇక్కడ different organs which are helpful in respiratory system లో help అయ్యే అన్ని organs గురించి మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. ఫస్ట్, a pair of external nostrils above the upper lip పైన మనకు external nostrils, a pair of external nostrils ఉంటాయన్నమాట. ఇవి nostrils. Next, ఈ external nostrils opens into nasal passage కు open అవుతాయన్నమాట. These external nostrils which are present above the upper lip leads to the opens into nasal passage కి open అవుతాయి. Next, ఆ nasal passage ఏం అవుతుంది, ఈ nasal passage opens into nasal chambers. These are the nasal chambers. These nasal chambers divide by nasal septa ద్వారా ఈ two nasal chambers divide అయి ఉంటాయి. They are divided by the nasal septa. In the nasal chamber, the air get first purify అవుతుంది, it get purified, then humidified, then conditioned. Temperature దాని ఎయిర్ యొక్క టెంపరేచర్ ని కండిషన్ చేస్తుంది it purified by the air present in the nasal chamber. Next, it humidified by the mucus gland, and next third one, it it condition, condition, any conditions is it make the air breathable, and the temperature of the air get condition. Next, the nasal chamber opens into pharynx. It opens into pharynx. Pharynx lo open avutundi. Pharynx is nothing but a common passage for both food and air. Food and air both are the common passage for the pharynx. Pharynx open into larynx. Pharynx open into larynx. Larynx open into trachea. Larynx is nothing but it's a voice box. It's a voice box, and it open is glottis, means it's a glottis. Larynx is nothing but a voice box. Ikkada untundi, it's a voice box, and the opening of the larynx is called glottis. The glottis antam. In the glottis is protected by a flap like a leaf like structures called epiglottis. Epiglottis so ini cover అవుతుంది here. This one is the larynx. దీన్ని మనం larynx అంటాం. And the larynx is having vocal cords. Larynx. This is the epiglottis. This is the opening of the larynx is a glottis. దీన్ని మనం glottis అంటాం. And the glottis is covered by a flap-like structure called epiglottis. ఈ epiglottis ఉంటుంది. This epiglottis help to prevent the entering of the food during swallowing. అంటే swallow చేసేటప్పుడు it just cover the glottis. Glottis ni it's a leaf like structure. It's a leaf like structure which cover the glottis during swallowing of food. So that's why చెప్తుంటారు అన్నం తినేటప్పుడు మాట్లాడకండి. Why? ఎందుకంటే మాట్లాడటం means when we are talking if we throw the air outside means breathe out చేస్తున్నాం అన్నప్పుడు breathe in చేస్తున్నాం అంటే at the time when we do both the actions where we talking, we eating and breathing, it may leads to the choking. A dangerous hazard called choking అవ్వచ్చు. Okay, the vocal cords. Larynx యొక్క starting part ని మనం vocal cords. It's a fibroelastic layer. A pair of fibroelastic layers called vocal cords. The vibration of these vocal cords leads to the production of sound. Sound manaku produce avutundi. The vibration of the vocal cords leads to the product. They produce sound వస్తుంది. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చేసి it is the larynx open into pharynx. This is the ట్రేకియాలో ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ ద ట్రేకియా is nothing but a straight tube-like structure extending to the middle of the thoracic cavity యొక్క మిడిల్ వరకు ఎక్స్టెండ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, it divides into two bronchi లా డివైడ్ అవుతుంది. bronchi for the bronchioles లా డివైడ్ అవుతుంది. Okay, here the trachea is these trachea are covered by a C-shaped or incompletely in C-shaped cartilaginous rings. These are the cartilaginous rings to the trachea cover అయి ఉంటుంది. From trachea to the extent to the bronchus, all the bronchi, then bronchioles. On the initial bronchioles varaku manaku C-shaped, these the C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Those are the what cartilages, hyaline cartilage. They are made up of hyaline cartilage తో made అయి ఉంటాయి. Cover. Why? To protect from the spoilage. Close అవ్వకుండా trachea close అవ్వకుండా ఇవి మనల్ని ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేస్తాయి. నెక్స్ట్, these are the lungs అన్నమాట. ఇది lungs. In trachea, the trachea is divided at the fifth thoracic vertebrae దగ్గర మనకు ఈ trachea is divided into bronchi, primary bronchi. So వచ్చేసి right primary bronchi, this one is left primary bronchi లా divide అవుతుంది. Next, these are the tree-like structures. This is the trunk. It's called inverted tree. Inverted tree antam deenni. This is the trunk and the branches going on dividing. Okay. Trachea is a straight tube-like structure extending up to the middle of the thoracic cavity. Middle of the thoracic cavity extend, which divide at the level of fifth thoracic vertebrae into right and left primary bronchi. First, it divide into right and left primary bronchi. Then each bronchi undergoes repeated division to form. Further, they are divided into secondary bronchi and tertiary bronchi. These tertiary bronchi again further divide into bronchioles, primary bronchioles and primary bronchiole, then secondary bronchiole, then tertiary bronchiole. At the end, the very thin terminal bronchioles are divided out. Each terminal bronchiole gives rise a number of very thin, irregularly walled and highly vascularized. They are having high blood vessels like structures called alveoli. A sac-like structure is called alveoli antam. Okay, what are the lungs? Lungs ante emti manaku the branching network of bronchioles and alveoli comprises the lung. Lung ni manam emantam manam, what is the lung? Lung comprises bronchi, initial first bronchi, next bronchioles divide into lungs la divide avutundi. The trachea, bronchi and initial bronchioles are supported by incomplete cartilaginous rings. Incomplete cartilaginous rings to manaku made ayi untayi. Okay. Next, this trachea, the respiration or lungs, what are they comprised? They are comprising bronchioles and alveoli. They are look like as a inverted tree-like structure. What are the trachea is the trunk, then these all are branches. What are they? Trachea, then primary bronchi is again divided into secondary bronchi, those are called lobar. Next, tertiary bronchi called segmental bronchi. Then they are divided into bronchioles, those are primary bronchiole, secondary bronchiole, tertiary bronchiole, and last they are terminal bronchiole, then respiratory bronchiole. At last they are called alveolar duct, then alveolar sacs, and last these are alveoli, single alveoli. These are the structures here. The bronchiole, these are the bronchiole. Next, these are the terminal bronchiole. Next వచ్చేసి మనకు ఆ terminal bronchiole divide into fine thin respiratory bronchiole. Then it divides into a number of alveolar duct. These are called alveolar duct, then alveolar sacs, and single alveoli like leaves and leaves to manam compare cheyochu. So these are the structures present in lungs.